Hello, good morning, good evening, good day, good afternoon, and aloha. Welcome back, wherever you are around the world, to another episode of Blue Reviews. As you can see, I'm in beautiful Las Vegas, live streaming from Vegas for you guys. How cool is that? Like, why not? Gonna be editing, bring the camera, the microphone, the light. The ladies out at a bachelorette party. I'm gonna do some editing later. We'll see. I don't know. This is your first time here. Welcome. This is your home. By the way, I wrote the opening of the show. I remember it. Your home for reviews on movies, films, trailer breakdowns from a real working actor in Los Angeles. Me. My name's Jimenez. I'm a member of the Upright Citizens Brigade sketch team. Love scene, among other cool things that I do in town. Join me and some of my friends, as we break down films, our favorite restaurants, video games, sports, and much more. Welcome to Blue Reviews. Let's get into this, you guys. I am insanely excited to be here tonight. I'm on a small screen. Gosh darn. Should have done that. I don't have two screens tonight, so it's not as smooth as normal. I apologize. Let's say hello to everyone in the chat who's here. UFO story, just the Q clearance. Welcome. Mark Torana. Afternoon, everyone. Afternoon, Mark. Good vibes. B-Rye 3D, thank you for being here. Grant Lavac, my man from down under. How are you, sir? So happy when you're here. Always good vibes from that gentleman. So yeah, you guys, as you can see, we're in Vegas. I saw last night that the sequel, Electronic Arts, the evil empire that is Electronic Arts, has released a second or a trailer for the sequel to Fallen Empire, which was a really cool third-person puzzle Tomb Raider type game, but with lightsabers. It was awesome, and for the first time, it was a game that EA put out that didn't kill you with microtransactions. You bought the more expensive version of the game, you get the outfits, and there are other outfits that come up, I think, in the store, but that's not the purpose of the game. It is story driven. There's no upgrades that you can buy. Everything's earned. It's a really, really cool game. And it's also canon, which is pretty sweet. So if you haven't played the first one, I'm sure you could get it on a pretty good deal by now. They're probably only $20. I'm sure it's like a greatest hits at your game store, Target, or wherever you get your video games, or online. Wait for a sale. I'm sure it'll be pretty cheap. Great game. I had a lot of fun with it. Although I'll say I didn't replay it a whole lot. So I mean, I felt like I got my money's worth though out of the game. I mean, once I played the whole story, I was like, okay, cool, I'm done. But I definitely couldn't play it on hard. That game it's a button masher, but at the same time, if you want to get really precise with your lightsaber movements and things like that, the game is also can be insanely challenging. So, yeah, definitely go get it if you haven't. So with that said, I wanted to read the breakdown from Electronic Arts about what this game is specifically about. So, this trailer dropped, I think yesterday, last night, and it's already at 2.8 million views. Quote, "As long as we fight, hope survives." Should I do this in the movie announcer voice? Experience the next chapter of Cal Kestis's journey into Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Launching on March 17th, 2023. Pre-order now to outfit Cal with the Obi-Wan Kenobi-inspired Jedi Survival Cosmetic Pack. Okay, so they are selling a cosmetic pack already, like in the second sentence, or third sentence, I guess, technically. But it gets better, I promise. Let me take a little swig of this lime bubbly soda that I know is like probably supposed to be used for a mixer. No sugar, and that tastes really good. It's very springy. Okay. Picking up 5 years after the events of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor is a third-person narrative-driven action-adventure game from Respawn Entertainment, developed in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games. Star Wars Jedi Survivor will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows PC. Continue Cal's journey. No longer a Padawan, Cal has come into his own and grown into a powerful Jedi Knight. Carry the memories and expectations of the Jedi Order with him. His crusades against the Empire has only become more perilous. The dark times are closing in, with enemies, new and familiar, surrounding him. Cal will need to decide how far he's willing to go to save those closest to him. Go beyond your training. The cinematic combat system returns with additional force abilities and new lightsaber fighting styles. Creatively leverage all these skills and to strategically take on an expanded host of enemies, sizing up strength and weaknesses while cleverly utilizing your training to overcome your opponent and solve the mysteries that lay in your path. Explore an untamed galaxy. Discover new planets and familiar frontiers in Star Wars Galaxy, each with unique biomes, challenges, and enemies. Master new skills, equipment, and abilities that will augment the ways you explore, fight, and roam. With larger areas to explore, the more to discover off the beaten path. Players adventure beyond the horizon will find hidden rewards. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Probably hated it. Let me bring up this video for you guys so we can talk about it as it plays. I'll have it with the volume. I saw somebody yesterday, pretty big channel, do this, so I'm going to put the volume really low and kind of talk over it, so hopefully we don't get a copyright strike. But yeah, let's play it and see what we think. All right, here we go. Oh, wait. There we go.
The order is gone. I was betrayed by the one I trusted most.
So yeah, everybody online is arguing about who this new person in the back the tank is, and they had some audio playing under it. We'll go back and re-listen to it, but I don't know if that audio is from that character.
I hear you've been busy making yourself the Empire's most wanted.
This is pretty cool part. I do dig that ability. Oh, sorry, internet's slowing up a little bit here, but there we go. Okay, that's cool. Like flying with the animals.
Jedi. Remind our friends why.
Not sure how I feel about that guy's game design. That enemy's game design. He looks something like out of Gears of War. He was huge. That was kind of cool. Okay, here's the thing that I noticed when I watched this trailer. The lightsabers in some of these clips are really long, almost like a sword. And I'm pretty sure that these bigger lightsabers are kind of Knights of Old Republic, inspired lightsabers, which is cool. I think because for a ton of reasons. Number one, it's a really huge lightsaber, but I think it also means that this game's gonna have a bunch of different fighting styles.
Hope survives.
which, look at that sword, it's huge. And his movements are they're slower. They're not as fast. So I think depending on what kind of lightsaber you're holding could determine what kind of Jedi you're going to be, which is really cool. So let's go through this from the top. So right here, it opens on this back to tank, and we hear
The order is gone.
the order is gone.
I was betrayed
I was betrayed
by the one I trusted most.
one I trusted most. And I don't know if that video belongs to this guy. People are saying, "Oh, is it Snoke? Is it?" The timelines for it to be a lot of these characters that people are sort of theorizing is way off. This character looks pretty young, and so I think it's just a new character that they're going to. But I think he's missing an arm. Yeah, he's missing an arm in the back of the tank. And yeah, I just don't know if the audio that they're using in this is for this clip. I would say it's not. But we'll see. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's just some pretty sweet movements there from Cal Kestis. And you get to fly the ship, looks like. Or, no, these are probably cutaways. Because in the first game, anything in the ship, you didn't really get to fly. Although you got to customize the color of the ship, which was pretty cool. It would be awesome if they had a couple of missions where you got to fly this thing. That would be pretty sweet. And the visuals of this game are really beautiful. I mean, it looks awesome. And okay, so yeah, this is like one of my favorite parts. He force pulls him and then turns him around, pops up the shield, and shoots his buddies with the sentry gun. That's a pretty sick move. And then here, obviously there'll be riding of animals, communicate, like the Crocodile Dundee move. That one. Who would know about that? Grant Lavac. Grant Lavac, you know about that Crocodile Dundee move? Is that Rio out your window? It is the Rio. Yes, it is the Rio. I don't know if I'm allowed to say where I'm staying and where I'm streaming from. I know some hotels are really weird about filming in their hotels, because there's a lot of POR. So yeah, that's not a knife. That's a knife. So yeah, anyway, it is the Rio. Yeah, it's there's 3 towers here where we're staying, and we got the newer tower, so the furniture's newer and everything's newer, the rug and all that stuff. So anyway, it's been great so far. Been having a lovely time. As soon as this is over, I'm going to order some room service, or go down and see what I can find a nub on. All right. So it looks like, yeah, we're going to be able to ride animals, and this is pretty cool. Although it is a little ridiculous. Like, I don't know. It's a video game, right? Like, who cares? Like, this is if this was a movie, this would be big strikes, I think, depending on what surrounded this moment. But it's a video game, so I'll forgive it. But this could be fun. It could be cool. It's different. It's a new thing that they added to the game, so why not give it a shot? And so, okay, so this is, I guess, my only critique so far of the looks of this game is this guy on the right. Like, he doesn't Like, there's just something about this bad guy that does not scream Star Wars to me whatsoever. He first of all, he's massive, which is fine. I guess you got Chewbacca's and things like that, or Wookiees, not Chewbacca's, but you know what I'm saying. They're aliens, so they're gonna be different size, different shapes, different muscular types. So I'm okay with that. I just guess it's armor and this thing on it, like these, NFL style shoulder pads and this thing around his head. It just seems like something out of Gears of War meets, as name, you know, any Korean anime, like it's I don't know. I don't love it. I don't love it. Oh, what is this? This guy is kind of cool. Although I don't like these weapons. They're they're, they're cool. They're cool. I don't have any beef with those. And yeah, this is really sweet. This looks amazing. I wonder if you can mind control this thing. That would be cool. Like if you could mind control this and ride this thing and just swat the hell out of stormtroopers or fight that big stupid thing with the shoulder pads. That would be so sweet if you could just crush them with this thing. Then we've got droids. These droids look pretty sweet. That was awesome. Dude, threw the lightsaber, cut his legs off from the knees. He falls down, lightsaber comes back, and then just a huge, sweeping, beautiful Game of Thrones-esque strike. Like, it's cool. Very, very cool. I'm digging it. As you can tell, we'll be doing a review on this game when it does come out. Here's another thing. And once this is done playing, that was sweet as well. So obviously you got like, I think they're kind of taking from God of War, where maybe they have partners now where you could do combo moves like this, and that was awesome. That was awesome. I wish these animal fights, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of them usually. They always seem out of place and kind of silly. But again, they're video games, so animal bosses, it's not a movie, so I'm not angry with it. But here's our main character. He's got a beard, ginger beard. Is this the first ginger in Star Wars? Anyway, going back to what I was saying, this video game is canon, and I believe this character is already been written into season 2 of Andor. So don't be surprised if this Jedi pops up. I'm gonna see what I can find out more about Cal Kestis. And his, because I'm not sure where he's getting his Jedi training. Because when I played the video game, it's not like he's not a Padawan. He hasn't learned from anyone. It's been a while since I played the game, so I'm pretty sure he didn't have a master Jedi to teach him all of these things, but he's clearly gotten stronger because that one big huge gorilla thing grabbed him by the legs and threw him around, kind of like that Hulk move from Avengers. But yeah, he's looking good. So we'll see. I mean, I think this character might be super important to the Andor timeline, which could be cool. I mean, it could be cool to see one Jedi in Andor. I wouldn't mind it. I just hope it doesn't get silly. They got to be careful with it. Maybe one or two or like 3 episodes like they did in Andor with this character could be cool. And I like that you could change. I'm excited to change your lightsabers. There's a few different. Obviously, we got the big one, like a huge big king sword, and then you've got shorter ones. You got dual wielded ones, and I'm pretty sure they got. Yeah, that's a big long one. This one looks, in that clip right there, it looked like one lightsaber was shorter than the other. Like the one on the right looks way longer than the one on the left, and this is dope. Like this is so dope. This is what I'd like to know what that. It's like Spider-Man. All right, I can't get angry at it. That is cool. If this is a way to get down walls, I've always like. I guess one of my lightsaber fantasies would be to do something exactly like this. Like it's like that move in the old sailor movies, like they did in Goonies, where they recreated that scene. I can't remember what film it was, but where they stick the knife in the sail and then tear down the sail to get to the bottom of the boat and fight. It's a pretty slick move. I dig it. And with the lightsaber, it's obviously even cooler. Okay, so this lightsaber is directly connected to the Knights of the Old Republic. This hilt that it has on the side that was introduced through Kylo Ren. This is apparently a very old school style lightsaber, and that the Kyber crystal at the time was hard to contain within this just one saber, so they had to make exhaust ports for it. And so that's pretty cool too, that you get to wield one of these things. That could be really fun. And look how long that thing is. Awesome, dude. These moves are sweeping. I love it. I love it. I hope you guys are excited about it as I am. So that's our review of Jedi Survivor. I'm excited. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Obviously, if you're catching this on the replay, leave us a comment in the description below and tell us what you're most excited about. I did put out a poll. Let's see what the poll says. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry, I don't have dual screens. Okay, so you guys seem to be most excited. So I put four options here. What are you looking forward to most in this game? Changing the length of the lightsaber 27%, mind controlling local wildlife at 18%, new maps nobody really cared about 9%, and then the Star Wars canon nuggets. That's the thing you guys are more excited about. I'm kind of with you on that. You guys. All right, let's see here. Let's see what you guys have to say. Mara Euphorana corn. Wow, what does that mean? What did I miss? I don't know if you know this, Lou, but I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Excellent. Share this show with your other Star Wars fan friends. I'd love to know what they think of my review of the trailer. Let's see here. The graphics are a little better than the last game. Yeah, I hope they are. They better be, right? For how much are they charging for new games? I haven't bought a video game in a while, but last I did, they were $70, $69.99. Are they still $69.99? He'd fit right in with Guardians of the Galaxy. I bet you're talking about that big shoulder pad guy, Jean Francois. Yes, he would. That character would fit perfectly in the Marvel universe. I agree with you. When it comes to new characters or whatever, there's always flack, but everyone has a right to like it or not, like a character. Totally agree. Yeah, I think so. And they definitely have greenlit a season 2. It's on Diego Luna's Twitter handle. So yeah. Obi-Wan was a little ginger. Was he? If he was, it wasn't as well documented as this character. We need more gingers, and we've already got our Latino representation. I think we've got some pretty decent Black representation. Now we need our ginger representation in Star Wars. Grant Levac, I do like me a little Darth Maul double-ended saber. Okay. That probably should have been the better poll question. What lightsaber do you guys prefer? Let me know in the comments. Is it dual saber? Is it old school? Oh, I don't want to say old school because there's older lightsabers of the original, like Luke Skywalker, old school lightsabers, you know, like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. Do you do the Osaka or Ahsoka double wielded, you know, and she holds them backwards when she switches her lightsabers to that stance? That's when she's seriously fighting you. I've learned through the comics. She fights in different styles, but her favorite style is the one where the lightsabers come up from behind. She holds it. I don't know. I guess overhand, I guess, would be the technique. Do you prefer that, or do you prefer the big, long wielding sword with the ports and you know, the old King Sword lightsaber? I think I'm gonna really dig the old King Sword lightsaber. That just seems like so much fun. And I've never seen it really in the Star Wars universe like that, or not in a video game. So from that aspect, I'm super excited about it. But yeah. Corrupted, a kyber crystal can be cracked or corrupted. That's true. Are they covering all platforms? Are they covering all platforms? You mean which platforms the game's going to be released on? I read it in the description at the top of the show. It's going to be Xbox, PC, PlayStation, you know, 5. I'm pretty sure they'll do 4 as well. Can't imagine they won't. Yo, Kurt J. Mongol, Theories of Everything. What's up, buddy? Glad you're here. Cosmic Kev, $59.99 are prices of the game. Yeah, that's not too bad. Is that PlayStation 5 prices as well? I thought PlayStation 5 were $69.99. I could be wrong, but Toes in the house. Go Ginger, I finally represented in 5 games. Single bladed saber. Okay, cool. I hope they bust out the throbbing saber. Jedi Survivor Deluxe Edition is $115 Canadian. Yeah. So Deluxe Edition will get you like extra costumes and stuff like that. And here's the thing. I normally never would tell anyone to buy a more expensive edition of a video game, but I will go against the grain on this one because this is the first series in a long time that EA has put out that is story driven and not completely have microtransactions at the front of everything. Where they just they want you to buy out of the store and get you addicted like a crackhead to the different skins that can't be transferred to the new versions of the game, that can't be used anywhere else. They're not limited edition anything. They're valueless, and kids are paying $20 for them. Those games, I like Star Wars Battlefront 2. The game is really good now, but it took 3-4 years for the game to get good. When it came out, people hated it because the microtransactions were ridiculous. Like, you had to pay to play, essentially, pay to be good, and that sucks when you're grinding and playing the game like everyone else who can't afford, you know, $3,000, like $5,000. People were expending. I think they had worked it out. I can't remember the exact number, but somebody would have had to have spent, I think it was like $108,000 or over $100,000 to be able to get all of the upgrades in this like lottery jackpot Vegas system. And this game is marketed to kids. Anyway, sorry, don't mean to go on the video game gambling rant, but with this game, that's not at the forefront of it. This is a story-driven game. You play it, you know, once, twice, if you really like to challenge yourself and up the difficulty levels of it. I felt as a gamer, I got every penny worth of it. The first game, I played it. I think it took me 3 days to beat it, 3 or 4 days, which I think that's a long time for a video game nowadays. I mean, I've blown through Call of Duty games in 6 hours. You know, so they're hats off to, you know, I love this type of games and this type of gaming. I do love the first person shooters and those kind of games with the microtransactions as well, but I'm just very limited. I'm very careful on what I spend my money in on there. And I'm going to do a Call of Duty review I'll be editing that while I'm here in Vegas. So I downloaded the free version of the new Modern Warfare, so that's what we'll be reviewing. But we'll get into it a little bit more there. But anyway, if you can afford the more expensive version of the game, go for it, because I think letting the studios know that, hey, these are the type of games gamers want. These are the type of games that we love to play and explore, and feel like we are this character. That's the whole point of video games, right? Is to suspend disbelief and play this fantasy of being a Jedi. And so, yeah, I think if you can afford it, go for it. If you can't, then obviously afford what you can afford and get what you can get. But either way, you're still supporting this kind of game, and the fact that they made a sequel means that the first one was successful. So, make this one successful. Hopefully we'll get a third. So yeah, so you guys, that's the review. Before we get out of here, I want to say thank you to the Patreon members, the YouTube members, the super chatters, the moderators, everyone who stopped by. I know this was a late night stream for most everybody on a Friday night. But I was like, damn, I want to get into the habit of trying to review these things as they happen, so we could talk about them immediately, and hopefully the channel grows with new viewers and new topics to discuss. So we've got a lot of plans for the channel. So I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. So stick around. Yeah, all the links to support the show are down below. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Lou Reviews. I want to thank you all so much for stopping by. If you haven't already, please drop a like, share, and subscribe. If you don't like the video, hey, thanks for watching this long. We truly appreciate it. And if there's anything that you guys want to see reviewed, let us know in the comments below. We'd definitely be taking a look at those. I've already got some fantastic suggestions from Grant Levac and many others. So we'll definitely be going over some of those things as quickly as we can. So yeah, this is pretty crazy. There's so much that we could do. So yeah, sky's the limit. So yeah, enjoy your Friday night, you guys. I'm glad that I was a part of it. And yeah, the show is, it's, like any show, it's got to find its voice. We'll find it, and I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are excited as I am. It's going to be a lot of fun. So until next time, you guys, I love you all. Have a great night, and look forward to some of the other days, including a Call of Duty review. I will be doing a review on Disneyland. I went to Disneyland and shot a whole bunch of stuff, and so we'll be reviewing that. So lots to come. Love you all. Have a great night. I know I've said it already like 6 times, but peace.